What's up, everybody? We are going to do a little tissue culture today, me and my buddy Cameron. And I thought I'd film a little bit just to show you guys what we do. We built a little lab here, as you can see in the background. Nothing fancy, but we've got all of our chemicals and stuff in there. And then in this room, we have our laminar flow hood behind me. That's where we work so we can keep everything sterile. And the whole reason we built this place was for our bacteria, bacteria and fungus experiments with the compost. But since we grow plants for a living too, we figured that we would give it a shot at tissue culture, since we have most of the equipment needed for that. So it's just a way to propagate plants in mass numbers versus just one single cutting. So I'm gonna flip you guys around here and y'all can see what we're doing today. And we by no means are professionals, because everything we've done so far has died. But we're going to try the Pink Princess Philodendron today and see if we can maybe get it to hang on. And so what we'll do now is mix up our, what's the word in here? It's not hypochlorite. That's what we're looking for. So Clorox has it. And so this will disinfect and hopefully kill any of the bacteria or fungal spores or fungus on our explant material before we then go under the hood and put it in growth media. So our goal here is to get the cells to divide and get shoots growing off of the nodes, and then we can take those and divide them up further, and so on, and it just multiplies by however many you have successfully take every time. So you can actually produce thousands, in relatively short time. And this is 10%, right?
Yes.
10% bleach to just purified water. And so we'll cut our plant material, and then it will go in these jars and on the shaker table for about 30 minutes to try to ensure we get everything as clean and sanitary as possible. I gotta put together our scalpel, buddy. I'll spray down our plate and scalpel and my hands. And we don't have to be 100% sterile during this process. I just want to try to be as clean as possible. So this is our Pink Princess Philodendron. We're going to attempt to propagate. Somebody already has this one in tissue culture, so I know it's possible. So we're going to give it a shot. And I'm going to take the node section. We're going to get rid of this bit of the stem because we simply don't need it. And I'm going to cut that node section out right there. I really want to try to find that axillary bud. I believe that's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
I want to try to find the axillary bud. I believe that little hump right there is going to be it. So we're going to put this in one of Miss Cameron's. Anyone? Doesn't matter?
Mm-mm.
All right, we'll drop it in there. We're doing everything correct, yeah?
Yeah.
That's right, steps. Okay. Put that in there, and then that'll go on the shaker table in a second after I cut off this other piece that we want to give a opportunity to. I don't need any of the actual leaf, so I'm going to cut that off. I don't know if this part will take, because I don't know if the axillary bud is developed enough, but we're going to try it anyway. Cam, I'm going to take and cut this one at an angle as well.
Okay.
Just to give more surface area to get down into the media. And so that's the other piece we're going to try. Now look here. So just looking at this node here, And this leaf sheath has got the whole node enveloped. You like that big word, Cameron?
Yeah, I do.
Enveloped. So I'm just uncertain about this one. I don't even know if that really is a true node or not. We're going to try it anyway. You hold it. Look at it. See what you think. I don't.
You talking about like right there?
No, just the piece in its own right. I just don't know if it's if that's considered a node or not.
I don't know.
We're gonna try it anyway.
We put it in the same one or a different?
Different one. All right. So let's go ahead, and before we get down to the Monstera, we're gonna try him next. If you will, Cameron, if you go ahead and put those on the shaker table. I'll take one, and you take one, and they'll go up here. Go ahead, throw yours up there. And then we'll this timer only goes to 15 minutes, so we'll do 15 minutes. And turn it down because I can't remember what speed we had it on. And we'll just let those shake for a little while, and we'll remember to watch our shaker table because last time it almost fell off the shelf. I'm just going to try to rinse it best I can because this guy's been in water and he's got all kind of slime growing over him. But there's for sure the axillary bud right there. And that's what we want. We'll cut him here. And we'll get rid of that aerial root. We'll try to get rid of this brown stuff because bacteria can hide all in there and we don't want that. And then I'm going to cut him way up here because we actually have to cut him again after we go through the bleach process. Oh, and there's a little, there on this second note, there's a little bitty axillary, but I don't know if you can see that or not. Check it out. A little bitty baby.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to cut him right here, there, and then all this we'll throw away. Kind of don't know, Cameron, if we should get rid of all that brown material. It's so close to the axillary bud, I don't know. It's kind of risky, but I feel like stuff's hiding in there. We could brush it.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I need to brush the other one as well. So we got our handy dandy vibrating toothbrush. We'll put a little bit of soap. Oh, I think we're supposed to put soap in that one too, ain't we?
Supposed to be a little bit of Dawn soap.
Yeah. So we forgot to put a little bit of Dawn soap into the Clorox mix. And throwing another big word out, that acts as our surfactant. Breaks up the surface tension on the explant material so that the bleach can access the outer layer of the plant material. Right, drop that in there. I guess I could rinse it, huh? Drop that in there. And then the big node. Get rid of all that brown crap. Bloop. Drop those in the Clorox. And now they'll go on the shaker table as well. And then we just let them shake for a little while and get all the bacteria and fungus, hopefully. Although I look like a professional, I'm not. So don't try this at home because I have no clue what I'm doing.
Just a preface.
Yeah. Okie dokie, so let's walk through this and make sure we got everything we need. So we'll go alcohol, 10% bleach, and then...
Wash it 4 times.
Should I cut it before we wash it though?
No.
No, you're right. Wash. Go to the alcohol plate, cut it, go into the media. All right, I like that. Alright, we'll get everything in the hood. Go ahead and turn it on. Get me a little stool. We'll spray everything that we just brought in here with alcohol. Cannot be too sanitary ever. That sprayed, that one sprayed. Any little bacteria that could be hiding anywhere on this, if it gets loose and gets in our media, could ruin everything that we're doing, and all the work is pointless. So we'll take a little extra time, try and make sure everything is clean. So now, let's spray this guy because I can't remember if I did or not. Now I just got to get the blade on my scalpel without cutting my hand off. Take my sterile tongs here. Now, we said we're going to cut it at the very last.
Yeah. So you're just going straight to dipping.
That's right. So we're going to go to, this is the alcohol. Kind of kick it around in there for a few seconds. And go into the bleach. And we'll hope that we're doing this right and that alcohol and bleach don't cause a chemical reaction. And then we go into wash number 1. Rinse number 2, number 3, and finally number 4. Onto our sterile plate, sterile scalpel. I'm going to just remove the very end of the node because it's already been damaged by the alcohol and the bleach. So I'm just going to cut off a sliver off of the end. I'm going to grab this guy like so. And I'll turn my jar sideways so that nothing falls down into the jar. And then go into the center of our agar. And I'm going to try to turn it to where that axillary bud is facing up. Hopefully you can see that. I'm going to keep my jar sideways so that nothing falls down into the jar. Put our cap back on. And then we're going to take saran wrap. Now, do we put tinfoil on top of the saran wrap, Cam?
No, it's good after that.
I'm just going to go around the lid. With our saran wrap. I'm going to go twice. And I assume that's it, buddy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I hope so.
I hope so too. There's number 1. And now I'm going to get this material out of the way. I'm going to spray my plate. Move all this out of my way. We'll go to the second philodendron node. Oh, that's that little bitty guy. This is the one we don't know if he's gonna be able to tissue culture or not, but we're going to try it anyway. Go into the alcohol, into the bleach. Can you see that okay?
Yeah.
That phone zooms in pretty good.
Yeah, I'm at the 1 zoom right now.
Yeah. 2. Can't see it. Get out of there. 3, 4. Go there. This will go back in the alcohol. Dip my blade in alcohol. You can come on this side, Cam, if you want to. So you can see, because I'm right-handed and I'm kind of jacking your shot up. So now I'm just going to take and cut off the very little layer of the outside that was damaged, and even a smaller piece out there, because that's right by that, what potentially could be the node. And I probably really shouldn't be touching that with my gloves, should I?
I think everything's probably okay since it's sterile. Hopefully.
Hopefully. Get the tin foil off. Go sideways. Oh, and something else I need to do, Cam. Make sure the lid stays like that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go in here. And try not to touch the sides of the jar. I'm going to put him in like that. So we'll see what happens with that dude. And I'll try to find the end. There we go. This. Get him sealed up. I still honestly don't understand this part, because, you know, I feel like it needs to breathe. And I don't know if it can breathe through the top of this, because these are breathable caps, you know. I wouldn't think it can breathe through the top.
Well, no, that's what he was saying earlier, or that's what Steve was saying. Whenever you are transferring it from here to in there, it can go in the sides, but as far as it just staying there, it just flows off the sides.
Oh. Okay. Alright, now we're going to do the Monstera. I'm going to spray my plate again. Dip my scalpel in the alcohol. Monstera node out. This is the one that's got the little bitty axillary bud. Man, look how it sinks in the alcohol.
Versus the other one's not.
Yeah. Kick him around in there a little bit. But he floats in bleach. Can't explain that one. That'd be a Steve question. Steve's our fellow mad scientist. It helps us out a lot, because we're just in the learning process here, obviously. 1, 2 rinses, 3, 4 rinses onto the sterile plate. If you need to move again, you can, or you can, I don't know if you can get it from above. So, you know what, Cam? I'm going to do something. I'm going to go through that process again, because I feel like I shouldn't be touching it with my glove. So I'm going to re-sterilize the plate. I'm going to put this back in alcohol, and I'm just going to do a quick alcohol, bleach, rinse, and I'm going to hold it with the it's not tweezers. What do you call these things? What's the forceps?
Forceps.
Yeah, the forceps. 3 and 4. All right, don't touch it, Ryan. Okay, now I'm going to shave the end of that off and end of this one off. And then I'll just have to find my node. All these are the same, right?
Yeah.
I'll have to find my node once I get it in there. He was so teeny. There he is. So I want the aerial root down on this guy. Hopefully that's okay. Yeah. So my axillary bud is sticking somewhat up. Yep. He's kind of actually right on the surface. But that'll be fine because in dirt, propagation, I've done that. And, it'll just pop up right out of the dirt. Alright, let's take this. Should I wrap it all the way to the top? What's your thoughts?
I haven't seen anybody else do that.
Maybe they don't know what they're doing, Cameron.
Maybe. You got a point.
No, I'm sure they know more than I do. Alright, sterilizing my plate again. Got my scalpel and my forceps there. I guess what I should do, if I was smart, is having like I want to stick him in the media now, and then maybe just barely let go of this forceps.
Yeah.
That way it can wash or clean, so I'm just going to barely let go. Okay. Now I can still see my axillary bud on the top there. We'll get this, Cameron. We do enough of them, buddy. Flip that up like so. I'm just going to kind of nestle him down right in there, get this lid on quick. I'm happy with that.
I'm happy with it too.
Axillary bud's right on the top. And we is done, bud.
And now we're just about to transfer them to our grow light.
But everything should be sterile now. I mean, so it doesn't really matter if we raise the hood or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, one piece of tinfoil's been bugging the crap out of me the whole time dancing around.
Am I ending it?
No, follow me in there. So we'll go ahead. I'm just gonna leave the hood going. It ain't gonna hurt anything. These guys. And then they just go under the propagation grow light. There's our pink princess. Move that guy out of the way. And there's our Monstera deliciosa. And that, my friends, is how we do tissue culture. That's how we do tissue culture. Or at least that's the process. Now, whether it works or not, we're yet to see. And Steve said, what, about 3 days?
Mm-hmm.
So in 3 days, if no bad guys are growing in there, no bacteria or fungus, then hopefully we'll be successful. Then we'll get some shoots coming off of there. Then we cut those shoots off, go into more multiplication media, let those grow, do it again, and it just keeps multiplying, multiplying, multiplying until we have enough, however many plants we want. And then we change up our chemicals a little bit, add some hormones that are more responsible for rooting, and then we'll grow roots off of each one of the shoots. So it's shoots before roots. And then once they have roots, we'll transfer those into their own flask, grow them out to, again, we have as many as we'd like. And then we go into media, more like a potting soil, probably cocoa coir. And then they would need to be hardened off in the greenhouse, grown up a little bit, and then they'll be ready for sale, hopefully. That's how it's supposed to work. But whether it works like that or not, we'll find out.